If you would ask me what I was gonna do today, or even yesterday, I probably would have been like, the chance of that happening is like 1 in 99. And it has. And I didn't think I was gonna be one of those people who skipped school. But I just, I'm pretty sure it's obvious that I've been crying. The main reason why I didn't make a video yesterday is because my phone died. But then it was also because I was so emotional that I didn't know if I could make a video. But basically today yesterday I found out that my turtle's pregnant. Or I thought she was pregnant, and I was like 95% sure she's pregnant because remember I'm always like referring to my turtle as a he because that's just what we do here. Like, we just assume genders because I'm a fucking dumbass. And he is a she, and she is pregnant because she's like been like pacing her like enclosure like a ton, like her tank, like she's been pacing it a lot, and I was like, that's fucking weird. Like, she did that in the beginning, like when I first got her too, but I think that was mainly just due to stress. Or she could have been pregnant then too, but like, I don't think so, because I think I would have noticed if she was pacing consistently and digging in the corner consistently, which she hasn't really. So, yeah. But Popcorn recently has been like digging and like pacing, and like she's always hungry, which is weird because she's never hungry. And like, they said that one of the signs of like a pregnant like turtle is that like in the beginning they're really hungry all the time, and then towards the end of their gestation they're like very like not hungry. They're not hungry at all, and all they want to do is like bask and like go in their nesting area and stuff. And I was like, hold up, nesting area? Oh, and I should probably start off with, turtles are kind of like chickens in the way that they lay eggs even if they're not fertilized. So like, just like we as mammals have periods like every month, just because like we like have periods, because like that's what the sign that we're like able to have like children and stuff. Well, reptiles slash chickens are like kind of the same way, because like they, once they reach a certain point, like, or the age or whatever, they lay eggs, and those lay eggs are like not necessarily fertile, but they're like, they just lay eggs anyway, because that's what they do. Like, that's their instinct. They always lay eggs. Like, every month she's gonna lay like at least 15 to 20 eggs, maybe even 30, depending, for like until she's like, I don't know, like 10 years old, which is great. I mean, it's not ideal, but I mean, whatever. Also, like, they might like turn out to be like a paycheck, because like, and they're not fertilized, but like, I don't know, maybe I could like in the future like mate her or something, and then like get fertilized eggs, and then raise those eggs up, and then like sell the turtle eggs. I mean, turtle hatchlings, but like that's kind of illegal, because like, well, I mean, if I sold them like young enough, because like you can't sell a turtle that like has a shell less than like, I don't know, like, I don't even remember how many inches, but it's a lot of inches, and so that would not be legal. So like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know if I could incubate slash take care of eggs. But so I'm kind of freaking out about that. And then there's also like the problem of like, I don't know how long she's been pregnant, and that's a problem because turtles need land slash substrate, which substrate is basically like, like the fish, like gravel, or like sand, or like something like for them to dig in. That's basically substrate. And I don't have like a little like nesting area with substrate for her to go into. And so like, I don't know how long she's been pregnant either. So there's a problem. because they need that to like lay their eggs and stuff. And like even if she was ready to lay her eggs, she couldn't, because turtles naturally, like if they're not like in safe enough conditions, they don't lay their eggs, they just keep it in them, like in their ovaries or wherever they put their eggs, keep their eggs. I can't remember exactly, but like so I love how there's like white dried up drool all over the edges of my face. Like that's great. But yeah, so I was kind of freaking out about that, and like it just, I think I'm able to pinpoint why I'm so emotional. Because as we well know, I mean everyone has a past, but mine is a little bit more messy than most people's, and a lot of times like I just kind of ignore the past, or just kind of like, yeah, that happened, like move on. But sometimes I do have moments where like it just kind of like catches up to me and like hits me hard, and finding out my turtle was pregnant, and then like I could have put her in danger enough to like kill her because she doesn't have a nesting area, like freaked me out. Like it, like when I found out last night, I was like fucking panicking. Like I don't, it wasn't a panic attack, thank God. I don't think I could handle that. I haven't had one in years, and I don't think I can handle another one. But, like, boy, like, just thinking about how I could have endangered her, and, like, I mean, I didn't know, but it's still insane. Like, there's some variables that, like, you can't predict, and it's fucking terrifying, because that was one that was so dangerous. I should have not just assumed her gender. I should have, like, looked it up and, like, known about both genders. I should have known, but I didn't. And I could be, like, putting her in danger because I still don't have, like, a nesting area, because, like, it's, like, too early and my uncle's not awake, and this is why I need to learn how to drive, and this is why I need, like, money and stuff, because, like, I love my family, but they're not dependable sometimes. And, like, not to mention, like, I was trying to call my uncle last night, and, like, I couldn't call him because he wasn't answering his phone. And, like, when I asked, because my phone died, and so I couldn't, like, call, and, like, for some reason my phone is, like, going through a phase where it's, like, really slowly charging, and I think that's, like, a sign that, like, my charger's dying. Like, literally, like, after, like, 3 or 4 months, my chargers always die. Like, I don't know why. It's just what they do. And, so, okay, but I was trying to call him, but then I couldn't call him on my phone, and so I was asking Grandma for his number, because I don't remember it, and I was, like, asking for her for his number to call him on the home phone, and then she was asking me why, because it was a valid reason. It was, like, midnight, and I was, like, freaking out, and, my grandma, like, was all, like, why, and I was, like, I told her, and she's, like, oh, that's sweet, and then she kind of went into a little, like, senile mode, and, like, was talking about, like, some story from, like, fucking, like, 50 years ago, and I was, like, I was freaking out at this point, and I was, like, girl, like, I need to call my uncle. I'm sorry, your story's sweet right now, but, like, I need to call my uncle. And she got hella upset and was all, like, you know what, you're just a selfish, stupid child, like, why the fuck am I even living with you, like, you don't, like, you shouldn't even live with me, like, why don't you just live with your dad? And I, like, was, like, trying to ignore her, because I usually ignore her when she's like that. You only like that, like, once every month, usually. Like, just, I do something, and just, like, she loses it, and she, like, really got to me at that point, because I was freaking out about my turtle, and I was, like, beating myself over my turtle, and then, like, her beating me up, too, just, like, added to it, and I just, like, it just made it worse, and, like, I was trying to call my uncle, like, I called him at least, like, 5 times, and, like, he just wasn't answering, and I was like, well, that's great. I'm just gonna freak out over here, it's fine. And, like, I stayed up until, like, 2 a.m. just, like, freaking out, like, oh, it's bad. It was bad. Like, if you think I'm upset now, like, you should have seen me last night. Like, I was sobbing, and then I would, like, go through periods where I was like, you don't deserve to cry. So I was, like, literally, like, wrinkly face, like, sobbing. Like, if you know what Trisha Paytas is, like, I was her sobbing for, like, 2 seconds, and then I would go through moments where I was, like, and then it was, like, it was fucking really weird and creepy. Like, it was just, like, what? Like, I don't understand, like, why? Like, most people, when they sob, like, they just sob. When I sob, I, like, periodically, like, sob. Like, I sob for a little bit, and then I stop, and I'm just kind of, like, dead staring at the wall, and then I start sobbing again, and then I start dead staring again, and then I sob, and then I dead stare, and then I sob, and then I dead stare. So, like, that just kept happening over and over and over last night, and, like, I just couldn't deal, and, like, it just was too much. And, like, I think a lot of, like, my fear of, like, I'm not going to be good enough is because, like, one of the reasons why I don't want any kids is because of how my mom raised me, and I saw how, like, bad, like, someone who's, like, not raised properly, like, can't, like, they just don't really know how to take care of, like, their own kid, and, like, so I'm terrified of that, and so, like, and I feel like if I take care of someone who's, like, already been suffering and, like, they have a better life with me, then that would be easier than having to, like, raise, like, my own little monkey baby and, like, just, no, I don't, no, I just, that's terrifying, and, like, just, yeah, no, so, that's kind of one of the main reasons why I want to adopt, because, like, I'm just terrified of, like, fucking it up with my own child, which is by no means that, like, I think it's okay to fuck it up with someone else's child. No, I'm saying that, like, I think I'll do better with someone else's child, because then I'll be, like, I'm, like, helping someone, and instead of, like, it being the daunting, like, I have to raise a child, it's, I'm helping someone and their family. I don't know, I just feel like I work better with non-blood family than actual family. Because it just, I don't know. I've just had so much shit happen with my actual real blood family that it's just like, I don't trust blood family, even if it's my own fucking kid. I don't trust myself with my own fucking kid. And I'm all terrified that I'm gonna, like, fuck it up with a kid. And, like, plus, like, I might end up with someone who's, like, trans, or, like, someone who's, like, non-binary, or someone who's, like, a girl. So, like, it's kind of hard to have kids, you know? So, like, it just fits that I would adopt, right? But then there's also, like, the part where, like, I'm afraid to, like, have my own kid and care for someone, because I'm just so, like, I don't know if, like, I could, like, be a good parent, because, like, I'm always, like, freaking out, and, like, there's, like, parents who are, like, my mom, who, like, they care so much, but there's, like, something, like, they just, I can't, like, they just, my mom tries so hard, and she loves me so much, and I know that, and it still wasn't enough. Like, you just, some people just can't, like, they're just not, like, good parents, and, like, it doesn't mean that you don't love them, it doesn't mean, like, that they're not good people, they're just, like, not meant to be parents, and I think I'm one of those people, and, like, I'm terrified, like, every time, like, that I'm gonna hurt someone, like, any kind of relationship I have, like, I'm just, like, I'm gonna hurt them, I know it, and, like, it just, I don't know, and so, like, this total just, like, brought back all of that, and, like, just refreshed it a little bit, and was like, okay, that's great, like, it's freaking fantastic, guys, like, I'm doing great, and then, so, like, I was crying over that, and then I was also crying over, I had a pet, Bella. She was my dog. When I was living with my mom, like, I got her, like, in the beginning, when we first moved in, she was kind of like our housewarming pet. So my mom started to deteriorate. She was, like, my only friend who knew everything that was going on, and, like, I really depended on, like, that dog, like, a lot. Like, she was, like, my anchor. Pretty sure, like, she's part of the reason why I didn't. There were, like, 3 reasons why I didn't commit suicide then, or hurt myself in any kind of way other than mentally. 1, I just felt so guilty about my mom that, like, I couldn't abandon her. B, or is it A, B? Was I going by letters or numbers? I can't even fucking remember. Boy, this is just proof I have such a fucking bad memory. Okay, boy, anyways. Continuing on. Okay, so, like, 1, I was guilty about, like, leaving my mom because I'm, like, basically, like, her only family right now. And back then, too, especially since she was so paranoid and isolating herself and me. And then one of them was also, like, my friends. Like, I just felt like they would, like, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to, like, be with them because, like, they were one of the only people that made me happy during that time. And then the 3rd reason was Bella. And then about 2 years after we moved in, and I lived there for 3 years, so you know it continues. Anyways, 2 years after we moved in, Bella was, like, one of the only people who could, like, get my mom to come out of her room, because my mom was just so paranoid. She didn't, like, want to get out of her room, but then occasionally she'd come out because of Bella. But then, and by that point, the house, like, it was dirty, but, like, it was still, like, redeemable. Like, it was really messy and, like, hoardy-ish, and, like, there was still food around, but, like, it was still redeemable. It was still, like, you were still able to clean it up. Because, like, my mom would, like, sometimes go through, like, little moods where she's like, we have to take care of Bella, like, we have to clean. And I was like, okay. Like, and it just kind of, like, brought me hope because, like, she's normal again. But those times were rare, and, like, anyways, but when Bella died, which Bella died in a pretty bad way. Actually, you know, like, Chihuahuas, she was a Chihuahua, she was a teacup Chihuahua, and they get, like, when they get older, they have, like, seizures and stuff, and that's why they, like, a lot of them die young. And Bella was having a seizure one night, and I was freaking out, like, Mom, like, we need to do something. And my mom was like, I can't go to the vet. And I was like, why not? And she was like, I don't have, like, a license. And you're trying to explain, like, registration and license to me. And I was, like, 13 or 14 at the time, and I was incredibly sheltered, so I had no fucking clue what the hell she was talking about. I just knew that my dog was in pain, and I couldn't fucking do anything about it. And so I was freaking out about that, and then, like, my mom was just kind of like, just lay her down, and then, like, in the morning we'll do something about it. And I was like, okay. But in the morning, Bella was dead in my arms. So, yeah, like, that was... Mm-mm. I thought I was over that, but apparently not. Okay. And then... there's just so much shit to work through that I've buried so long that it's really tough and fucking hard to go through. And, like, sometimes it just surprises you. And this is one of those days where it surprised me, and I just... oh my god, okay. Anyways, so Mela ended up dying, and I didn't blame my mom. I blamed myself, because, like, you know, people do that. They blame themselves, like, irrationally. Which technically it was my mom's fault, but it was also kind of like, we probably shouldn't have gotten a dog. Like, my mom just was, like, I mean, we couldn't predict that my mom would deteriorate, but I mean, we kind of moved there because her mental health was we kind of moved there because her mental health was deteriorating. But, like, we probably should have just stayed where we were. Because when we moved, like, my mom moved from all of her friends, and it just isolated her even more. And then she just, like, grew even more paranoid, and, like, it just got worse and worse. And, like, we probably shouldn't have gotten a dog. Like, it was not the proper time to get a dog. But, and I was too young to understand that my mom's mental health was deteriorating. Like, during, like, the time when we moved, like, before that, like, she would show signs, and sometimes she would go to the hospital, but I didn't really understand why. I just kind of knew that, like, mommy had her hospital time sometimes, and mommy got a little upset sometimes, but it was never extreme, and, like, the house never really got that bad, and, like, stuff like that. Like, it never really got that bad. But when we moved, and, like, she was, like, no, like, she wasn't near her friends. She was, like, hours away from her friends. Like, she didn't have any AAA meetings. She didn't have her shrink. Like, she didn't have anything, and then it just, like, made everything worse. And, like, it just no. Like, it just was not okay, and I was just, like, yeah. So, but, like, I think that's one of the big reasons why I'm, like, terrified of having, like, anything happen to my turtle, because, like, I don't want, like, to have another living thing, like, die on me. Like, that's just, like, it's fucking terrifying. Like, okay, like, you don't, I'm pretty sure everyone dealt with a pet death at one point, but, like, because I was so dependent on Bella, like, it was just, it hit me harder than, like, a normal person's, like, pet would, like, death would hit them. And it hit my mom hard, too, I could tell, because, like, what used to be, like, the little periodic, like, maybe once every, like, 3 months of cleaning would happen, like, no cleaning at all happened. No exiting the room at all happened. Like, nothing. It just got worse. And I didn't think it could get worse. But without Bella, it was worse for me. But then it was also worse because my mom started acting worse, too. Just, it was just bad. Like, last year was just, like, bad. It was just bad. Oh. And my mom got continuously more paranoid because, like, she thought that, like, without Bella, like, I had no more reason to stay with her, and she was just, like, freaking out about that, too, and just, like, it was a lot. So yeah, I'm freaking out about that, like, just, like, it just brought back so many memories, and, like, so much shit, like, Jesus, woman. My past isn't even that difficult. Like, people go through, like, way more difficult pasts. Like, I'm just being, like, a fucking, like, dumbass. And, like, I need to chill. And, like, I don't know if I told you already. Maybe I missed it in all of my fucking emotions. But, like, I haven't gone to school today. And I might not at all. Because it's already 11:39. And, like, I just don't know if I can do it. Like, I've never, like, gotten to the point, because, like, every time at, like, my old school, anytime I felt, like, emotional, like, I just kind of, like, pushed through it, because, like, I needed to go to school. Like, that was, like, my only saving grace, like, was my school. And then now it's the opposite. Like, my school is a stressor. And before it was, like, my relief. And then now it's a stressor, which is, like, fucking weird. Maybe this is how normal people feel. What is normal anyways? Like, fuck that shit. Whatever. But, like, Jesus. Like, so much. And then I actually got a hold of one of my friends this morning. And she called, like, I talked to her for a little bit, and, like, she really, like, helped settle me down a little bit. And, like, made me feel better, because, like, I just needed someone to talk to. And, like, we did talk for, like, 15 minutes. It was great, but then she ended up having to go to school, so, like, you know, we had to end the call, but, like, whatever. And then she was also, like, the one who helped me decide, like, whether I should go to school or not go to school, and, like, and that was nice. because like I didn't know like if I would be like a slacker or whatever, because like I can't like I just it's like boy like I'm just like I don't know if anyone else feels this way, because I've had this like feelings, but like usually they happen on the weekends and they're not this long. Like usually like I was expecting like last night that I would like cry myself to sleep and then I'd wake up and then I'd just be able to go to school. But then like halfway through getting ready, like I just was like I like was just staring at myself in the mirror and I was just like I can't do this. And like I started bawling my eyes out again and just like being like I need to talk to someone, like I can't. And like yeah. So Jesus. I'm dripping liquids everywhere. Okay. At least I don't have E. coli like my dad. He's in Honduras and he got E. coli. Like dumb. So yeah, later today when my uncle actually wakes up, I'm gonna ask him like if we can go to the vet and like have the tell us what to do, or like, because I'm pretty sure she's pregnant, because like she's showing the signs, and then also like they showed like I watched a video on like showing you how to like check if your turtle's pregnant or not, and I did, and I'm pretty sure she's pregnant because she does have like the things that they were talking about. They talked about like little lumps on the back, on the underside of the shell, like near the tail and the hind legs. And they said normally it feels really squishy and soft, but then if there's eggs, like you can feel like at least 2 lumps, and if you press a little bit more deeper, like you can feel the other eggs too. And I didn't press a little bit deeper because like they said to be incredibly careful, and I'm not the most careful person, and they said to be super incredibly careful. And I was like, I didn't trust myself not to break one of her eggs, which, you know, breaking one of her eggs could cause an infection and kill her. So, like, that fucking freaked me out. So I was like, boo boo, no, not today. Thank you. I'm good. And so I didn't, like, check her, but, like, I saw the bumps and then I pressed gently down on them, like, so gently, like, I would, like, I would have touched a flower petal with how gentle I was. And, like, I felt, like, ceramic kind of feeling the bumps. And, like, so, like, that was probably like what they were. So like I'm pretty sure they're eggs, but like I think we should go to the vet to get her x-ray just in case. And then right after that we're gonna get her, or like right after that I want to get her little nesting area, which we already have soil. And then I can just, I think we have sand too, so I can just like already have the substrate. And then we just need like a big bin that's deep enough to like have her dig around in. But yeah. Oh, I just could not go to school today. Like, I don't think I could handle it, because, like, I was just stressing about my turtle, and then, like, the emotional, like, I don't want to say trauma, but, like, it, like, that feels like the only word to fit what I'm feeling, but, like, it's just, like, so many emotions, and, like, I don't think I could handle, like, it at school. Like, I just don't. And so yeah, and then also like there's just too much stuff for my turtle to do that I don't think I could do it like after school or whatever. So plus I wouldn't even focus because I'd be just so emotional and like worried about my turtle too that like I don't think I could even handle like focusing in school. So yeah, but so this is my first time actually skipping school. But I talked to my friend and she was like really like nice about it, and I talked to one of my other best friends and she was like super nice about it too, and she was like, you're you're like you we get it, like we understand. And I was like, thank you. Like I was just like, thank you, because like I just feel so alone sometimes. I'm like, it was just really nice to have their support and like have people who understand. and like are okay with it, and like just like I wasn't called like lazy or anything that I was afraid of being, because I was like, you're just using this as an excuse not to go to school, Angela, like blah blah blah. Like I really like don't want to go to school. Like I never want to go to school. Like the only thing that I really like about school is like certain friends and stuff. But like it's like it's not that I don't want to go to school, it's like I can't. But like in my mind, like my logical part of my brain is just like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you kidding? Like, you're just being a stupid idiot right now. Like, what do you mean? And I'm just like, boy, okay. Not okay. Just like, oh. So yeah. That's my day so far, and it's not even fucking noon. Jesus. Have mercy on my fucking soul, please. Like, it's taking a hard beating. Can you, like, maybe lay it off a bit? I make all these Jesus jokes, and, like, I don't even believe in it. Like, oh my god. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna, like, continue to, like, try and distract myself and, like, continue to cry and just lay in bed. Like, that's great until my uncle wakes up. So, like, that's great. I guess. I don't know.